I can't believe that while you were going through chemo, you were also training for an Ironman triathlon. First of all, where did you get this crazy idea? And then how the heck did you do it?
That's a great question, Karen. I don't have a perfect answer anymore. Um, the real inspiration for me, I had done an Ironman triathlon before Natalie was born. And when I first got diagnosed, one of the things that was super important to me was having a lasting memory and a legacy for Natalie. One of the photos you showed was when she was 2, and I was able to carry her across the finish line. And I really wanted to have that kind of memory for me and for her. Now, how I did it, it was a lot of baling wire, duct tape, and super glue of trying to find the time and the determination. But I knew I really wanted the memory with her that hopefully she would have to stick with her for a long time to come.
So, Natalie, how did this journey create just this incredible bond between you and your dad?
It really just helped me get closer to him. Like, now that I'm getting older and I actually understand the story more, because before I didn't understand it as much, but now that I know all he went through and why he actually fought so hard was to see me grow up, I'm really happy about that.
So, Dad, it sounds like she was sort of the behind-the-scenes coach that kept just your heart and your mind alive and your body living. I mean, when you looked at your little girl, how did that impact just your fight to beat this?
Every single day, Natalie really was my hope and my inspiration. There were times that I had my chemotherapy backpack on, and my thought was lying next to her, when she was trying to go to sleep and I was trying to go to sleep, that I'd actually imagine swimming strokes while we were going to bed. And then, ironically, when I was doing Ironman Canada, when I started swimming, all of a sudden I was back visually in bed lying next to her, imagining all those times once again. She's been incredible and special to me in so many different ways.
Well, Natalie, I know Dad has been incredible and special to you in so many ways. Tell me, as you've been through this with your dad, what have you learned from him? How has he inspired you? What has he taught you?
He's taught me to just fight through hard things. No matter what you go through, there's always going to be an ending to it, even if it's good or bad. Just keep going, because there's always just going to be a reason to fight through.
And what are you planning for Father's Day weekend? Are you allowed to tell me, or is it going to be a surprise?
Actually, I have no clue.
I know, it's only Friday. You've got 2 days. Well, you can do what my kids always do, Natalie. Yeah, make sure you at least make a homemade card with a really loving message. So, Dad, one more question before we let you go. Why a book?
Yes.
Why did you guys decide to put this book together?
Well, it took a long time for me to get what I call my cancer-free card. It took about 9 years before they were going and finally saying there weren't things to be worried about. And at the same time, Natalie turned 13 and started asking different questions that were more grown up, and she really did want to know what was going on. But just as much, I wanted to share my experience for her, but also cancer patients, so they knew what to experience and knew what they needed to do to fight so that they could live long and healthy lives too.
Well, it's an incredible message. And Natalie, I hope you and Dad have an amazing Father's Day weekend. You are just so beautiful, and I can tell just the light of your dad's life. Thank you both so much for being with me, guys.